Hi everyone, Frankie from Easy Powerwall. A few months ago I built a 16 kWh XIHO battery box. They have a new model and I'm happy to test it out for you. I just want to mention that this is not a paid video, I paid the cells and battery box myself. The new battery box comes with a new BMS, the JK version 19, which seems to be mature and well enough to be sold in these boxes. Parts needed for today's video: a multimeter, preferably 3-digit behind the dot, a tool to set the right torque on your battery cells, very important, a cutter, and some basic tools like a screwdriver. A good warm coffee might help too. This video is sponsored by Thermal Master. The company is best in class to deliver top-notch infrared thermal imagers. The company donated an infrared tester with 512 by 384 resolution to show you imagers where other cameras fail to deliver accurate details. I like the option where you can set the temperature where everything is grayed out except values above the temperature you set in the menu. Blown away by the 640 by 480 screen, picture-in-picture, wireless to phone, video capability, and many more options. The camera comes in a nice protective case and comes with 2-year warranty. This camera will be used extensively at the Easy Powerwall headquarters and often appear on our YouTube channel. Best of all, you can buy them too. They are very affordable. Use the link with discount code under the video and get extra Easy Powerwall discount and free shipping. Now before we start unboxing the XIHO battery box, I want to talk about the batteries. In the last video I used the EVE battery cells. Today these cells are a bit more expensive and harder to get. I now will use the Lishen battery cells. Many of you might have never heard of this brand, but it's very well known and a very well established brand in China. It's a solid tier 1 producer of battery cells since 30 years. Cells are well packed, well finished, stud protection, great welding, 100% brand new cells. Now I will open the box. I will do this outside and then put it here on the desk. Make sure you have a strong desk or a strong table. The total weight of the box will exceed 100 kilograms. That's the good news. A plate cover. That was one of the recommendations. You see, thick foam to protect the box. What a box, beautifully finished. Handles so you can stack it and attach it. Integrated handlebars. Some protective gear. Cables. Nuts and bolts, the bus bars for the cells, and they always include the original bus bars that come with the Lishen battery cells, but you don't need this one for the project. In the previous box we had to install the screens, connectors and BMS ourselves. Now it's done or pre-done in the factory, so you just have to throw in the battery cells, connect everything up, and you're good to go. First job, open the top cover. So that saved me some time. Make sure not to lose the screws, put them in a separate box. Some protective studs that wasn't in the previous version. They also included EVA foam to install between the cells. Great job. Here it's already pre-cabled, well insulated cables, flexible cables, well done. And here is the BMS installed. I recommend to take a picture if you undo the connections. This will allow you to remake the connection when you reassemble the kit. That's done. I can't fully remove it because you attached the positive wire. So I will move it here. So that's already one advantage. You can't swap it because there are two different configurations. Before I put the cells in the box, I will add insulation on the bottom. It's self-adhesive, but I don't use the self-adhesive feature. I just put it in the box and install the cells. There are two sizes, smaller size and the larger size. I think the smaller size is for the bottom, the larger size is for the sides. I think I know why they use the self-adhesive. So yes, absolutely yes, use the adhesive feature. Not for the bottom, but for the side skirts. It's a real nice bonus, or you will struggle just like I do. They also included 4 of these squares. That's for the front and back plate protection. The fiber plates are installed in the box. Next step is installing the cells. Till now I didn't have to use any manual, but now I need to start with inserting the cells, and of course it's important to use the right order. And you have to start correctly, if not it will be a mess. It would be a real bonus if XIHO or any other vendor just would add a plus or minus, minus plus, just to show how to start and then just change polarity with the next cell. Then you don't need a manual and you can install everything without a manual. This box doesn't come with a manual, but of course it's available here under the video. With the first EVA foam installed and fixed to the backplate, I can start installing and inserting the battery cells. I wrote down the polarity of the cells. The polarity of these cells is printed and stamped on the cells. So I just have to insert the cell. Be careful not to drop it. Same for the other side. Check polarity. I'll add a layer of EVA foam between each cell. For the next cell you just have to switch polarity. Maybe the minus and plus is not that visible for you. As a reference you can just flip the QR code. If it's first on this side, then for the next cell it's on the other side. See? Here, here. The box is very well finished, no sharp edges, so thumbs up for XIHO. That's more or less a perfect fit. I'm not really sure. Didn't watch the previous XIHO assembly video because I wanted to give an unbiased review. I think I recommended to add these balance lead insulation covers. In the last video it was bare metal on the cells. It is spray painted, so the risk on a short is very limited, but it's just an extra protection, extra safety. I will undo the plastic wrapping and add the epoxy board. There's one wire with a ring terminal. This is for the most positive connection. So put it on the side. Be careful, make sure not to damage the wires. There are several red wires. These are the balancing cables. There are some black wires too. These are the temperature sensors. So we have two temperature sensors on each side. Perfect fit. You can't make a mistake. The connector, the side with the connector has to go to the front. And these holes just line up perfectly with the vent holes of the cell. You probably noticed I didn't attach the wires yet to the cells. Very important, we first connect the cells with the bus bars, and on the bus bar we connect the balance wires, not the way around, because there can go a lot of current through these connectors and they're not designed for that high current. I think I can already close the front again, but I don't know, maybe I drop a screw or so. I will do this when all bus bars are attached. I'll do the same for the other side. I'll do the soft line. I'll come back when the job is finished. Important, I forgot to mention this in the previous step. We have the balance board standoff. There are two versions, PSA and PSB. Very important, don't mix them up. B has to be close to the breaker. You can remind it like this, B breaker side and the A on the other side. Now I will undo the battery protection, the stud protection. And from now on we have to be careful. Gloves, not really needed. I will show you later. I will touch the 55-volt poles and I will show you won't feel anything. What I strongly advise is a pair of glasses. If you make a spark and it goes into your face, it would be a pity to lose an eye or get scratched. The company delivers two sets of bus bars. These are the initial bus bars that come with the battery, and these are the bus bars delivered with the XIHO package. We don't need these. No need to add double layer. We stick to the ones delivered by XIHO. Let's start with the most negative pole. This is here. Negative, this is positive. Most negative. So we connect the positive with the negative. And then we work our way around. If I make the bridge here, I connect both sides. I will wait with that. Now I will show you the voltage of some cells and you will see how close they are matched. Another cell. And again another cell. Another cell. You see, all have the same voltage, even 3 digits behind the dot. What do I want to prove with this? If all cells match that well, there's no need to top balance these cells. We have a balancer included in the BMS. It's a top-notch one. It can balance at 2 amp. If you want, you can charge it to 55 or 56 volts and let the balancer do its job. But for these cells, A-grade cells from XIHO, from Lishen, absolutely no need to top balance these cells. I will close the gap. If I measure here, I will measure 52 or 53, 54 volts. As with the installation of the bus bars, I will start with the negative side. First balance wire, put it here. Just hand tighten. First we have to connect the bus bar and then just like this. This side goes to this bus bar. Make sure to put the flat side on the terminal. This will provide a good contact with the bus bar. Attached almost all balance wires. Now I check these. These are the temperature sensors. They're just glued here into the connector, and it's best just to mount them somewhere on a connector. This is completely isolated. There's no risk to create a short. Just connect them to a bus bar. It will check the temperature of the bus bar. If there is a bad contact, we can always see if the temperature rises inside the box. There are 4 of these temperature sensors. We connect all 4 of them to a bus bar. Well, I have quite some left over, so don't worry, nothing went wrong. They just deliver a whole bag of these. To finish, we have to connect the positive pole. Then we have this. And then there's the most positive connection. But before I put the nut on, I will connect the BMS leads. Because if I connect this wire, this most positive wire connected to the BMS, if I connect it to the most positive battery voltage, it will activate the BMS. Let's see what happens. But I think you will hear a beep, not sure. No, nothing hurt. Be careful, take care of the cable management. The most positive cable is pretty long, but make sure it's not tangled with the negative side. Just put it on the side, like this, so you can't create a dead short. All nuts are hand tight, and now we have to put them at the right torque. To do so, I have a device. And if you're serious with batteries, I recommend to get one too. It's very important to get the nut at the right torque. If it's too loose, you will create a bad contact, create heat inside the box. If you put too much torque on the nut, you can damage the screw and even get the stud removed from the battery. And then we're a long way from home. So with a small investment, 25 euros, $30, for this small price, it's a real nice item to have in your toolbox. Connect it to the ratchet wrench. You start the device, it will do an initialization phase. And then you can set the torque spec. I always set it at 5. In the spec sheet, they write values between 4 and 8, and I stick to 5. All my batteries since 3 years, and I never had an issue with that. So just use 5 Newton meter. Put it on the nut and the stud. If you hear a short beep, you're almost there. Solid beep means you're at 5 Newton meter. Let me do one more. Take your time to complete this step. Make sure all nuts are at the right torque and all nuts are done. all said and done, I promised you to show that 55 volts is a safe voltage. You see, I can touch the studs here at 55 volts and I just don't feel a thing. Don't be scared. We have everything connected. We should be able to boot the system to start the battery. Always a very exciting moment. Let's find out together. And yes, boot. The system boots in Chinese, but we can easily change this. There are two ways we can do this: via the mobile phone and via Bluetooth, or we connect the battery box with RS485. This system works, up and running. We have 52.7 volts, and you see the voltage difference between the highest and the lowest cell is only 0.001 volts. Now we're almost there. One of the recommendations I made in the last video was to add a top cover. Just in case something falls on the studs, if you stack boxes and one of the covers gets smashed, then you have still a protection of the studs and the cells. XIHO took my recommendations for granted and they added this cover. We can easily mount it with 3 screws. Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once, but it's very important. Many of you already contacted me. Frankie, I've lost my password. Can I recover my password? And the answer is, it's very difficult, or often no. Just write down the password of your BMS. When you make the first login, you will be invited to adapt the password. Standard, it's 123456. Change the password and write it down here on the fiber sheet. If you lost it or forgot it, open the cover and you have the password available. One final step before we can call it a day is just close the top cover. Finished! That's how easy it is to assemble and build a battery these days. I hope this video was useful for you. If so, please consider giving me a thumbs up. In the next video, I will go into detail about the BMS. I will connect to the BMS via Bluetooth and via RS485. And then we go in depth in the JKBMS version 19. Thanks for watching. This was Frankie for Easy Powerball.